Somebody recorded it.
They brought her up, and my word, you think that this girl unalived someone in their family, bro? It's crazy.
Well, you know why? She's a Hadith rejecter, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, still, she's, according to them, still a Muslim. I mean, as you said, she came up. She had the balls enough to come up and have a debate. She stood in the ring. She took it on the chin, and as you said, she may have lost the debate, but all you do after that is, not every boxer has won every fight. At some point, he gets knocked down, but then he finds a new way of coming back. So what they should have said was, let's have this little get together, like an after action reaction, like you do, where we get together and you say, next time they ask you this question, try to, use this angle, but coach them, guide them, help them, as opposed to chastise them and then just absolutely humiliate them. Because let's face it, she's going to be the next Blake, the next Alley Cat.
Hey, you already know what I said in Telegram. So if it happens, remember I said it first in Telegram.
That's true. That's why I'm mentioning it, because again, they're just showing their colors, man, and they're showing why people should stay away from Islam. Why it's such a religion that it's not. You don't submit just to Allah, and you don't submit just to Muhammad. You submit to all these men that still think that they control you from every angle. So, I have Chris over here. So if I get into any coughing frenzy and stuff, you guys are more than welcome to just talk to him. But the topic is the same as it was the last time I was on. I had no energy to try to find a new topic. Question is, right, which one of these is wrong in Islam? Wife beating, child marriage, slavery, eating pork.
I love this one. I truly love this question because they truly think that eating a bacon sandwich is the worst thing on that list.
And the weirdest part, Chris, is that they don't mind saying that. They don't mind
proud of
saying
it.
That.
Yeah, they're proud of it.
And I'm sure I was watching I've had time now to lie in bed and listen to other people's lives. And I've been listening to Muslim lives, and I listened to the lies about wife beating, child marriage, and slavery. So I've listened to the lies. And then recently I was on another live, and Word was on that live talking about free will, which I'm going to have to come back to that topic again, because it's so difficult for me to understand. The Quran is as clear as day when it talks about free will in Islam. Clear, you can't make it any clearer when it says you cannot will unless Allah wills. Let me ask you, Chris, are you confused if I say to you, you cannot will unless Allah wills? Is this like ambiguity? Is it like there's something missing?
Nope. Pretty basic to me.
And if I said to you that in the Quran again it says, all things we created with predestination, is there any way of misunderstanding this verse?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't know, Allah says in the Quran, you cannot believe unless I will it. So how do you have free will if it's all by the will of Allah? So we're going to have that topic once again at some later stage. But again, I need to refresh myself with verses and stuff, because I keep jumping from topic to topic every few days. And I think I've covered almost the entire Quran. And I try to memorize certain verses for certain topics, and then I forget them on the next topic. So I need to refresh it. It's at the end, I'm going to be one of these Hafiz and just call out verses. Haven't got there yet. I mean, looking at Avery.
You almost there, James. You almost there, brother.
Hopefully it comes back to you and I need it. But if there's any Muslims, we are 70 people now. 70 people you guys have tapped and shared. And I see Muslims have been coming in and Muslims have been making comments. You're more than welcome. Let's make it make sense, guys. Any Muslim, come up and answer extremely easy question.
I'm only going to be visiting you for like the next 10, 15 minutes. Only because I'm on my way to work again this morning. Last day of work, though. I'll be off in 12 hours.
Yeah, that'll be a nice, and it's this weekend then, so that's perfect. Perfect. Guys, keep Chris in your prayers. 12-hour day is a long day. I've been doing that for the last 20-something years, 12-hour days. But I've been blessed with a job where I work 2 weeks on and 4 weeks off.
And weirdly, it's weird too. For some reason, my kids, they like food and they want to eat and stuff. I don't know what's wrong with them, right?
Tell them that they must learn how to plant potatoes and eat rice.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, guys, come on now. Let's get a Muslim on. Let's get this party started. I'm rusty. You guys will probably be able to checkmate me immediately because I haven't been doing this for a little while now. So you guys can help me understand. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe Chris has it wrong. Maybe we got it wrong. Maybe we got it wrong, guys. Maybe wife beating is something that should be done. Last live I had, the guy told us, yeah, he beats his wife. The last guy came up, he says, yeah, man, I beat my wife. Thank you, guys. I know
he was proud of it too.
Yeah. I've been away for 2 weeks. I'm trying to get back in. I want to just see how it goes with talking today and how long I can last for. Energy level is not the best right now, but we're getting there. Your prayers have helped. Appreciate that.
And remember, James, if you need to shut down the live, don't worry about anybody else. You shut down the live and you let us know in Telegram what's going on, and we'll let everybody know what's going on. So don't even worry about it. If you got to shut it down, just shut it down.
Amen, bro. Amen. Amen. As I said, I started a new medication now yesterday, so yeah. Yeah, man. But anyway, we back. Let's just focus on the positive now. The positive is that there are Muslims out there that are still searching. There are Muslims out there that are finding truth outside of Islam, because in Islam, everything points to the truth, who is Jesus. Quran tells you Jesus is the truth. Quran tells you Jesus is the way. So if the way and the truth can only lead you to eternal life, then Jesus is that life. Now, any Muslim, I understand it's Friday today. I understand that today is the day that they stole and tried to make it a Sabbath. But Muslims, I see you coming in, guys. I thank you for spending some time with me. Just make it make sense. Be like Chachi yesterday. She put on her big boy pants and she stepped in the ring and she was able to have a great conversation. And remember that if you get chastised, if you get attacked and ridiculed after a live where you tried your best, then those people are not on your side. Then you need to find and choose better friends. If I made a mistake, I promise you, Chris Claus would call me aside and say, listen, what you said in this conversation, in this debate, in this whatever, was wrong. This is what is truly saying. I would appreciate that because I know that he's coming from a place of love. If he came on a live and then started humiliating me and attacking me, knowing that I tried my best and I might not have known the answer, then that is on him, not on me. It's the way you approach it. You guys, most of you have kids. It's the way you approach the topic with your children or with your family to guide them.
Well, also, James, Nose said something really smart. When I go up, when a brother of mine does a debate, I give the critique and I give what they did good in the debate. But I don't do it online. I do it behind the scenes. Why? because it's for me and them, not for everybody else.
And that's important. That separates Muslims from Christians. We are taught to remove the pride. And if Chris was prideful, thinking he got all the answers, and he does it in a prideful manner, then it's to his demise, not to mine. All he should be doing is try to educate me in what the Bible teaches, not what Chris is teaching. We need to understand our basis is in the Bible. We go to the Bible, primary source, Bible first, and then we can have it. But we can't just shoot off the hip because we are supposed to be bigger, better, greater, or we might have a better argument. That's bad. That's like sad. That's just sad. But anyway, come on now, Muslims. I finally got some voice left. Come up and let's see if it's true. Is it true that wife beating, child marriage, slavery, eating pork, that one of these over here is not allowed? I'm not on YouTube. I'm not sure how long I'm going to last. But let me open up the YouTube just for an hour and see how that goes. 1 second. Let me do that then. Nearly there. I see you in the request.
No, don't worry about it, James. You can take your time, man.
No.
I'll bring
on nobody else.
I just showed you that Muhammad was the one that beat Aisha.
That look, that ain't got that's a whole different situation. I think it was to get her attention. I think that's what that is.
Okay, but hang on.
Don't quote me on that.
I got you. Please, let's just focus on what the Hadith is teaching us over here. So far, I'm asking you, according to the Quran, when it says that you can beat your wife, I just want to know from you, are you saying that you cannot strike them, or you mustn't leave any marks?
You can't strike them.
You can.
You can't.
You can't strike them. So then this verse is wrong. So when
the Prophet Muhammad never hit nobody.
How do you reconcile
the Prophet Muhammad never hit nobody. I'm trying to look up this verse in the Quran that talks about striking the chest.
Please listen to me. How do you reconcile this verse? What is your explanation of the part of the verse when it says that you can strike your wife? What do you understand with that?
You can't, what the Prophet Muhammad says. Here, let me look it up since you don't want to look it up.
Well, I don't know what you want me to look up. I'm reading the verse. I've shown you. It says clearly, if you fear rebellion, right? They don't have to do anything. You just fear rebellion. It says admonish, banish, and beat them. I want to know, what does it mean to beat them or strike them? What does that mean?
I'm about to tell you what Muhammad said.
Well, this should be interesting because I'm reading what Allah said, but it doesn't seem to be enough, correct?
You're saying strike. I told you that's when it says beating. I think you're going for the base word being messed with. Now, if you go with the base word, daraba, I think that's what it is. It doesn't mean strike like you're saying. It means what Muhammad said, peace be upon him.
Okay, so if I find the same word used in other parts of the Quran, the same word referring to strike in a violent way, forcefully, would you agree then it also means the same in that verse. For example,
that's crazy.
when Moses struck the rock, did he strike it without leaving a mark?
When Moses struck who?
The rock.
No, it wasn't no mark on the rock.
So there wasn't a mark on the rock. So the same way Moses struck the rock without leaving a mark, a man can strike a woman without leaving a mark.
Here we go.
I'm just trying to figure out, man. I'm trying to find out. Oh, DJ, God bless you.
It's just discipline. It's discipline.
Beautiful, beautiful. So now striking in a disciplinary way, correct?
Not the way you're saying it. You keep
How am I
using
saying
that.
it? Dude, I'm just
punch it because you want it to be punch in the face.
I didn't.
That's what you want it to be.
Listen, I didn't say that. Listen, I'll say it again. Listen carefully again. You said it is in a way of discipline, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. When you discipline your child and you smack them on the hand, when you strike their hand, that's a form of discipline, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Is that the same type of strike you're talking about when it came to your wife?
Yes, like a little baby.
Beautiful. Is your wife a little baby? I know in Islam it can be, but is she an adult or is she a baby?
It doesn't matter. You hit them, you pop them the same way.
Beautiful. So listen again what you just said now. You pop them, you hit them the same way. So you just admit
you like to say
allowed.
You like to say strike.
No.
Smack.
Listen, I heard what you said. You said clearly it is allowed to pop them, to hit them. So what is the difference between pop them, hit them, or strike them?
I guess we have different views of what pop means.
Okay, give me an example of a pop that's equal to a wife and a child. I gave you one about smacking on the hand. That didn't seem to be good enough. You want to give me something else?
That's fine. That's fine. No, I said that's fine.
So
I said that's fine.
When you strike your wife on her hand, did you strike her?
Yeah, but you struck her like she was a baby.
But you still struck her, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. So according to the verse then, yes, you would be allowed to strike your wife, correct?
In that sense, yes. In that sense,
Beautiful.
yes.
So then that's allowed in Islam. Striking your wife is allowed in Islam. Even though she's an adult, supposed to be, you guys will treat her like a 6-year-old child because of the example Muhammad was.
No,
now again,
a 2-year-old.
Well, I don't know how old your wife is, but that's different. So now we know that yes, you can discipline your wife by striking her like you would strike a child. Perfect. So now we know that's allowed. Let's move to the next one.
A baby.
But now we know that's allowed. Let's move to the next one. You've accepted it's allowed. You treat her like a baby and you smack her like a child.
You're just in your way of talking. You know what I'm saying.
But
you're just trying to add. You're trying to add fitna to every step I take.
Let's go slowly. Let's go slowly. Are you allowed to strike your wife like you can strike your child?
Yes. How did I say you're allowed to strike them like a baby?
Okay, you're allowed to strike your child like a baby and strike your wife.
No,
like
your
baby,
wife.
Correct?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
See that? So striking is allowed then. See how difficult it is to try to put logic and common sense into this religion. I agreed with everything
I know how you
but
think.
when you hear
I know how you think.
No, listen, hang on. Abdul, what? Listen. When you say it, you don't actually listen to the crap you just said. I repeated what you said, and it sounds disgusting to you because that's how Islam sounds to us. I know how you think. You are saying to me, I agreed with you. I'm giving it to you. I'm saying to you, yes, smack her like she's a baby. But you're still smacking her. You're still popping her. You're still beating her. You're still striking her as a baby. So yes, in Islam, wife beating, striking, popping, touching, whatever is allowed according to you so far.
Why you want women beat up so much? Why you want Muslims to beat up women?
Abdul, we don't want that, but that's what your religion teaches.
Well, I keep explaining to you what it really is, but it's like you want us to beat women up. You have the problem with women.
We're trying to protect them. You know, Paul,
no, you're not.
Dude. Paul, according to Colossians 3:19, says that men are supposed to love their wives and do not be harsh with them. That's what our Bible teaches, but we got the Quran out here teaching that you can beat your wives.
See, I told you that's what you were thinking.
Abdul, I don't know why you're fighting with me when I've just agreed with what you said. I'm agreeing with you. I'm talking where the contention is.
Yeah. Okay, you're agreeing that if infants was bad, you would know that you would barely tap them. And that's how you do your wife.
Okay, beautiful. But I'm saying to you, yes, according to Islam, that's true. So you must say to me then, so then you must now agree that yes, disciplining your wife by tapping her, striking her, popping her, all the things you said is therefore allowed, correct?
How?
Like a baby. You discipline her like a baby.
It's allowed.
Beautiful. So striking your wife is allowed in Islam as long as it's done like a baby, correct?
Yes, I agree.
So then that's allowed in Islam. Let's move to the next one. See, so I didn't lie about whether you can or you can't beat your wife. Yes, you can. It's just depending on how you pop your child. I mean, there's certain people that pop their child so hard they end up in jail because the child is destroyed for life, just like in Islam.
And so sometimes you pop the child so hard, their skin turns green, and all of the Muslim wives, their skin turns green because according to Sahih al-Bukhari 5825, all the Muslim women, they're treated like this.
They get together and they show they have it like a show and tell. Oh, look how he beat me yesterday. I mean, if he's beating a child like that, sure as hell he can beat me like that. But we've moved on now. Thank you for that. We've done number one is allowed in Islam, child beating. Now let's go to the next one. Do you agree that in Islam you can marry and divorce, and between the two you can penetrate prepubescent girls?
No, hey, no.
Okay. Let's see if we can find a verse in the Quran that confirms this. What do you say?
Okay, let's see if we can.
Beautiful.
Hey, James, can I ask him, do you think that's an evil thing to do, Abdul?
What?
Do that to a prepubescent girl?
Yeah, that's what the Catholic Church does.
Okay, so that's an evil thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, James.
And evil comes from who, Abdul?
Shaitan.
Beautiful. So evil comes from Shaitan, and Shaitan will make you do something as evil as sleeping with a child. Beautiful. Let's go to
prepubescent. Remember you said that. Remember you said prepubescent.
That's right. Can you tell me what is prepubescent?
That's what a child is. That's what a child is.
So child is prepubescent. Is menstruation a sign of when puberty starts?
Yes, and you gotta be right in the mind too. So you have
Right
to have
in the mind
Islam.
too. So let's go through the verse.
You gotta have Islam. You gotta have Islam, and you have to have your menses.
You have to have Islam and you have to have your menses. Please remember what you just said.
Okay, which surah and ayat? 65:4.
Now let's read it slowly together. As for your women who have despaired of further menstruation, this is talking about the older women, these that have passed the years of menstruation. If in doubt, their period shall be 3 months. And next group of people, those who have not menstruated yet. The topic is divorce. So we're talking about divorcing girls who have not menstruated as yet. And then it says, and that group, those who are with child, their term is when they bring forth their burdens. Now pay attention, please, okay? I'm going to mute you again because your chair is probably, it's a beautiful leather chair and it's just squeaking. A lot of squeaks there, brother. So the point is, the three groups are the old, those that have not menstruated yet, and those who are with child. The focus group is those who have not menstruated yet. So you can unmute Abdul and just tell me, how old is the average girl's age when she menstruates?
Well, first of all, you gotta let me explain the verse.
Sure, sir.
So we can pass all this. It says at the beginning, as for your women past the age of menstruation, in case you do not know, their waiting period is 3 months.
Stop there.
Then
Stop
it says,
Stop there.
Stop
Wait, hang on. Let's
interrupting
just
me.
let's explain to people what is the waiting period, the Iddah. What are they waiting for?
To see if they're pregnant.
Beautiful. So the Iddah is the waiting period to see if they're pregnant. Sorry, go on.
And it says, and those. Now, who is and those? Is it the women that it previously talked about? Because it didn't change to little girls. It was at women the whole time. Women, and those women who have not menstruated as well.
So I don't.
It don't change to little girls.
Hang on, brother. You said and those women. Am I missing a word, or is it written with invisible ink?
No,
mine says and those.
It started out talking about women, and it says and those, and it talks about women the whole time.
Okay, so it says and those. This over here.
Those who? Those who?
Is this a different? Again, hang on, Abdul, slow down. Is this a different category of women?
Women. See, there you go. Women. There you go. So quit saying they're prepubescent.
Of women.
Yes.
So it's a different group of females we're talking about now. And those doesn't say women who have not menstruated yet. Slow down.
Do you know how to read a paragraph?
Abdul, slow down. It says those who have not menstruated yet. Have women menstruated?
In the previous sentence, who was they talking about?
The old woman.
Women, the old. Now, who are they? Now, what? Now, how did it transfer to prepubescent girls when it said and those? Speaking of women,
Abdul, I'm trying to show you. Are women in the group of people that have not menstruated yet, that have never menstruated?
Yes.
So an 8-year-old who has never menstruated is still a woman? Okay.
They're right in the mind. They're right in the mind. Now the menstruation, I guess Well, I can't answer that.
Hang on one second.
I'll
Are you
listen.
saying that if the 8-year-old is right in the mind but hasn't menstruated?
No, I don't know.
Is good. Oh, okay.
I don't know what makes a woman without menstruating.
Okay.
That's what I need to find out.
Let's go slowly. So now we're talking about a group of females that have not menstruated yet, correct? So if I said to you, Abdul, I want you to come to my home. There's a whole lot of females that have not yet menstruated. How old would you think that they would be?
Well, this is talking about women, so there has to be.
I said Abdul,
there has to be a category for women that hasn't menstruated.
Okay, hang on a second. I'll say that to you. I said, Abdul, come to my house. I've got a group.
I don't know. I can't answer this question. I can't answer this question until I get more knowledge.
Let's see what the tafsir says. Okay. Have you heard?
No, not the hadith. What Muhammad said about it. Don't go to the tafsir. Let Muhammad explain it.
We will go to hadith as well, but we need to first.
I don't look. I don't care about that tafsir, because in Islam you have to have menstruation and be right in the mind.
No, we care. We care. We want to go to the scholars. Every time Muslims talk to us, they say, go to the scholars. So we're going to go to the scholars.
Well, you can believe. Well, go to the hadiths. That's where the Prophet Muhammad talked.
Do you have a hadith that I can go to that you want to use?
Let me look. They don't show me nothing on. Yeah, they've been cutting me off on getting real. That's crazy.
Who's cutting?
How long this has been going? Jugal.
So do you tell me the hadith that you think you want to go to, and I'll teach you.
Okay, what is it? 60 what? 64 what? What's the certain ayah? 60.
Oh, we should show him what every single scholar, basically almost all scholars, have this understanding.
Yeah. So what I'll do is, while you're looking for that hadith, Abdul, I'm going to read what Ibn. Do you know who Ibn Abbas is? Abdul, have you heard of Ibn Abbas?
Hold on. What is it? 65-4?
That's right, sir. Do you know who Ibn Abbas is? What is your school? What school do you follow, man?
I don't follow no madhab.
Okay. So now you don't follow madhab, you don't follow the scholars of Islam, but you follow the hadiths.
The Quran and hadiths.
Okay, if I can show you.
Listen to Allah, listen to the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay, so watch this.
Peace be upon him.
How old was Aisha when Muhammad married her?
Islam has multiple ages.
Okay, let's see what
Islam has multiple ages.
You said my brother, this is why it's hard talking to you, because you're not really constant, but it's okay. Watch this. The Prophet married her when she was 6. And he consummated his marriage with her when she was 9. Now, remember what we said earlier. We said anyone that sleeps or penetrates a child is doing something evil, and it can only come from someone evil. Do you think that Aisha at 9 years old, or let's just start at 6, at 6 was old enough to know what marriage entails? Dude, have you got another tree in the house?
Yes.
Please change chairs, dude. That thing is squeakier than my doors, man.
It's a stool.
That's squeaky stool.
Bro, can you change stools or chairs or? Sounds like an old wooden rocking chair, man.
It's bad, man. Sorry, bro. So, okay. So now let's just get to the hadith. You want to go to a hadith? I'm asking you. Do you think that a man at 53 years old has anything in common with a 6-year-old child?
Why? What? When? What was he doing with her when he was 6? When she was 6?
He was trying to push it in, but it didn't fit, so he waited till she was 9. And this is why they say at 9 you can penetrate her. That doesn't matter, even without her consent, because it means she's old enough to take it. Now here's my question again. Muhammad marries a 6-year-old. What wisdom do we get from a grown man sleeping or marrying a 6-year-old? How does that help Islam, Allah, or the religion? How do you get any wisdom from a grown man, 53, penetrating a child?
Look, I go by there's multiple ages that she was when he was married in Islamic eschatology.
Show it to me. Show me anything other than penetrated at 9.
And listen to me when I read it. Listen to me, because you cut me off every time I read this.
You've never read it, so how can I cut you off? If you give it to me, I can put it on the screen as well.
No, I ain't got it on that phone. Somebody's messing with my pictures and shit.
Well, Abdullah, you can see that we actually have the sources. We can actually show it.
Yeah, but I'm about to show you a source.
It's not like they agree with us. It's just that they agree with Islam.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. Because what is Sahih al-Bukhari? Wait. Is Sahih al-Bukhari a Christian? Abdullah. Abdullah. Is the Hadith a Christian source or a Muslim source?
It depends on which ones you're talking about. See, I'm not a Christian. I don't listen to contradiction.
A Muslim source.
I don't listen to contradictory. I don't listen to contradictory notions in Islam. Both, if all of these things can be proved.
Did you ask me to take you to a hadith?
Yes, but
did I take you to a hadith?
Well, okay. Let me get my evidence. Go ahead and keep talking. Let me get my evidence.
I'm waiting, bro. You said I must wait, so I'm waiting. But okay, while we're doing that, I'll take you to another Bukhari that confirms she was 6 years old when he consummated the marriage at 9. Married at 6, penetrated at 9. Married at 6, penetrated at 9. Married at 6, penetrated at 9.
All those Christian sources, man.
All these Christian sources. This Paul Bishop, he's been writing this after he's got home from work.
You think we want to agree with this? We don't want to agree with this. This is terrible, man. We agree with you, Abdullah. This is terrible.
Married at 6.
What's terrible?
Penetrated at 9.
No, I'm saying if that happened, it was done by Allah's will.
Beautiful.
It was done by Allah's will. If they married if they consummated at 9 or 18, yeah, that was Allah's
hang on now.
will.
You remember at the start we asked about penetrating girls. Right? You said before their menstruation, or prepubescent girls or minors, you call these children. You said that this was evil and it would come from someone evil. That's what you said. Now you're admitting that Muhammad did something that, according to you, is evil and it came from someone evil. He's God.
Ain't there hot? Listen. There's hadith that say she had her menses at 6.
There isn't one.
And there's hadith that say she had her menses at 9.
Yeah, there isn't one.
And there's hadith that say she wasn't ready in the mind at 6, but had her menses. There's hadith that say she was ready at 9 and had her menses.
Okay, there isn't one. Newsflash for you. This is a mistranslation by the translators that want to make it palatable for idiots that don't want to check.
Okay, Arabic. Can I read this now?
Sure,
now?
Wait, hold on. Okay, Paul, you good?
Sorry. Yeah. So that's a mistranslation from the Arabic. The Arabic doesn't say that. It again was made palatable for the Westerners to make it accepted. But there isn't a single hadith that is in Arabic that says that she reached menses or like menstruation. What you kept saying, that's by the will of Allah. Is the will of Allah to make his role model and the best of prophets a PDF file. Is this the will of Allah? Because you need to elaborate. What do you mean that's the will of Allah? Is the will of Allah to make Muhammad a PDF? Salam al-Masih, James. Good seeing you. God bless you, brother.
Salam al-Masih, brother. God bless. Yeah, guys, please keep tapping and sharing, following Paul, DJ. If you think Abdullah's doing a good job, follow him as well.
Hey, can I show you my evidence now, Mr. James 007?
Yes, sir.
You know who the first 007 was? John D. He started governmental magic.
One of my ancestors, but can you please answer the question?
Is the will of Allah to make Muhammad a PDF?
How?
By mounting a child.
How was she a child? At
Again,
6 or
she's 9 years
at
old.
6 I can understand, but at 9, how was she a child? Or at
Wait, hold
18, how was she a child?
She's not even a single citation that ever existed says she's 18. That's number one. Number two,
14, my fault, 14. And it says she had her menses at 14 too.
There isn't one.
Oh, I swear.
You see how they all
no, he's right about that one. No, you're
see
right
how
about
they
that
all
one.
contradict?
No, you're right about that one. She had her menses when she was around 14. That's correct.
But ain't there another hadith that says she had it at 9 and 6?
Hold on, Abdullah, hold on. Paul is saying you were right when she had her menses at 14.
I don't care about that logic.
Hold on, Abdullah. You're right about that. But
you won't even use your brain.
Dude, Abdullah, hold on.
He just recognized
she got married at 6, and she consummated the marriage at 9. So it was before puberty.
You people, James just said she had her menses at 9 in one of them hadiths.
No, I didn't. I said
you
she was
penetrated
at 9.
There's a hadith that says she had her menses at 6, at 9,
you provide
and at 14.
Provide that evidence, Abdullah. We've heard you've made claim after claim. Could you provide a single scriptural source? Please?
I'll tell you the truth. They're hiding that.
Abdullah,
that hadith.
We don't
ask another Muslim that speaks Arabic.
Oh, just
I'm asking you which hadith.
Ask a Muslim that speaks Arabic so we can find it quicker.
Abdullah,
because they hide stuff from me.
Abdullah, listen. According to you, at what age do you think she had her menses?
There's multiple attestations.
No, I'm asking you what you think. Abdullah, listen again to me. Listen, I'm asking you specifically. At what age do you think Aisha had her menses?
Why would I accept either of them if both of them can be proven?
You're so dishonest.
What else did I say? You
said she was at 9, but then you said it's 14. So which one is it? That's why
both of them are in Islam, and so is 6.
Are you Abdullah? Sorry, I'm just new to the panel. Host, can I just ask? Are you new? Are you a convert to Islam, Abdullah?
I converted as an oppressed orphan.
Okay, so
he got his religion from the barber shop.
Okay, so you converted. So there's
reverted.
Well, no, reverted to you, but converted to us, because we don't buy into the notion that everybody was born a Muslim. So you need to, that's your opinion. Fine, if that's what you want to believe.
That's why the West does what it does to babies.
I would just cut in again.
Kill them in, unalive them in the womb. Hundreds
you have to
of millions
stop shouting,
of them.
Abdullah. Just because you're shouting doesn't make your point any better.
Okay, just a second. Abdullah, please, I want to understand from your perspective, please. Do you think that Aisha had her menses at 14?
Listen, one more time. There's multiple attestations. I don't pick contradictions. I just say this is what it is.
So if it was 14, then we know Muhammad raped a prepubescent child, correct? If it was
If
9,
ifs and buts was
if it was 9, that means that Muhammad was grooming her from 6 to 9. If it was at 6, then you are saying a 6-year-old was an adult enough to make adult decisions to go and marry this kind of man, but she wasn't physically prepared for penetration until she was 9. Each time I look at the 3, 6, 9, or even 14, Muhammad comes out as a PDF.
it wasn't 6 because there's a hadith that said her mind wasn't right at 6.
Okay, is your mind right at 6 to be married?
Her mind wasn't right at 6.
Was she married at 6?
No, I mean to have yeah, you could be married. The Indians do that all the time. They marry their children together. And then they get together later.
Abdullah, is if Indians are doing that, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Arranged marriages? That's a good thing.
No. What you said at that age, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm not sure of the statistics.
That wasn't what I asked you. Focus on what I asked you. You said, well, Indians are doing it. So I've asked you, from a moral standpoint, was that ever a good thing?
If it works for them, alhamdulillah.
No, I'm asking
and
you.
And if they stay married?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, if they stay married, yeah.
So let's look. I feel like this is going a bit circular because you're not bringing any evidence to substantiate your claim. In 2025,
they hide stuff from me.
22nd of August, would it be right for a 50-odd-year-old man to marry a 6-year-old child and then have intercourse with her at 9?
If that happened, that was declared by a law. The Prophet Muhammad had a dream about the moon in his lap.
Yeah, he also had a dream about Aisha before he married her.
SSL, this is important.
Your God
we're
unalived his son.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second up. What were you saying, Paul? Sorry.
Yeah, we will grant him. This is the will of Allah. Now, again, we're asking you: is the will of Allah to make Muhammad a PDF?
It seems like Paul. Every time Muhammad wanted to, without sounding crass, seem to get an urge or wet his whistle, so to speak, he seems to get an incoming telegram from Muhammad.
James can look these hadiths I'm talking about up because he knows Arabic and he can find them quick. That's all he's got to do. If I spoke Arabic, I'd have them already. If I wrote Arabic, I'd have them already. But they hide stuff from me.
Abdullah, no one is hiding anything from you. I don't know where you're getting this sense of paranoia from. James is happy to bring up. No. James is happy to bring up anything, but you need to provide a verse or a hadith.
So, if I don't speak Abdullah, I don't speak Arabic. So, one that speaks Arabic, I'm able to find things in English because I know what I'm looking for. My whole point again.
I know what I'm looking for too, but I can't. I'll type it in many ways.
Tell me what you're looking for. I tried to find Aisha had a menses. Listen, stop talking. Listen. I tried to find Aisha had a menses at 6. Doesn't exist. I tried to find Aisha had a menses at 9. Doesn't exist. 14 to 16. That I found. But that's 2 to 4 years later. Well, no, more than that. 5 to and 3 years later than Aisha being penetrated by Muhammad. So either way that we look at this, Muhammad penetrates a child before her first menstruation.
James, there is also the hadith of where Muhammad's own daughter, when she was considerably older than Aisha, and one of his friends wanted her hand in marriage. Considerably older. He refused her based on the fact that she was too young. So there is contradiction here, there, and everywhere. Abdullah, please, just for the sake of people on the panel and people listening, could you stop doing whatever you're doing with your stool or your chair because it's making some horrendous noise?
I do think
without sounding like I'm
it's
patronizing.
affecting.
Please sit still.
Yeah, and I do think it's affecting your ability to focus here. So please stop rocking and literally focus, because you said she reached puberty when she was 14 years old, and then you admitted that Muhammad consummated when she's 9. Therefore, according to those two statements, Muhammad mounted a child. And then you're saying this is by the will of Allah. We're asking you still, is the will of Allah to make Muhammad a PDF?
You didn't listen to nothing I said. Okay, James,
Oh
look
my
this up.
heavens.
Look this up.
While I'm looking-
Aisha's
while-
mind wasn't right at 6, but she had her menses. I think that's what it is. Her mind wasn't right at 9 when she got married at 6.
Abdullah, you're just making statements now. What is the verse? What is the hadith number? We
He
are
doesn't know. He wants me to search for it. My
Yeah,
point
no,
is,
we're not going to
I'm
do your
gonna
homework
find-
for you, Abdullah. We're not
It's
going to
okay.
do
You
I don't
just
mind. It's
said
okay.
he'd be
It's
happy
okay.
to pull it up.
I did say, but I'm telling you that doesn't exist. It's nowhere where it says the mind was okay, but the body just wasn't, or the body was fine, but the mind was. You know, you can't pick and choose, man. The religion is telling you clearly that little girl
wonder
Aisha,
who's
and
running
watch what you did
Islam.
now. Abdullah, look what you did. You told us that Muhammad was having dreams of sleeping and marrying a child, right? When she was still in diapers, the man is dreaming of marrying and penetrating this
Oh
little
my
girl.
God.
Now, this shows you what predators do when they're grooming people, correct? The predators have these, and these sick, perverted people, they have these ideas of who they want to sleep with, what they want to, and it feeds their minds, and then they start dreaming of these evil things. For example, sleeping with a child. No man that wakes up in the morning says, oh man, I had a great dream last night. I was busy penetrating a child.
Abdullah,
That's a
let me
sign
bring
of-
it to.
that's a-
Yeah, absolutely. It's
That's
just
the sign
sickness.
of mental.
How many
messed upness.
Muslims mess with little girls?
That's
and how
not
many
that-
Christians mess with little boys?
Okay, again, there's a difference. The people that are messing with little boys in Christianity are doing it out of their own perversion. In Islam, it's by the perversion
No,
of
it ain't,
Islam,
because
Allah.
Romans 1
Hang
says that would
It is by
happen.
the perversion of Allah and Muhammad. That's the perversion in Islam. It's coming from their God.
Romans
and their best
1:22,
example.
starting at 22, said if you worship one who becomes a man, then homosexuality is the punishment. That comes from your
What?
religion, your Bible. Look up Romans 1. Here, I'll read it for you.
Now so you know how to find in the Bible. You know how to go to the Bible. Beautiful.
Yeah. So by the way, Abdullah, if that's
No,
correct,
I just want to clear this up on who the real predators are.
Abdullah, this is not a competition of who is the bigger PDF or the bigger predator.
Yes, it is. That's all you keep saying.
No, Abdullah, listen. If what you just said, you seem to know a lot about Christianity in the Bible, and if it says that, guess what? I will condemn it. I will condemn it all.
It's too late. It's already there. You see all this stuff in your churches. You see all this stuff in your churches.
Abdullah, news alert. I'm not a Christian. I'm not here to defend
Although
Christianity.
they claim to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images made to look like mortal man.
Abdullah.
Who was made to look like a mortal
Abdullah,
man in Christianity?
What is the verse that tells me in my Bible to sleep with children?
I'm telling you right now. I'm about to show you.
Give me the verse.
Okay, go to because you know here, there, a little there, precept by precept.
Listen, PDF follower. I'm asking
started
you
Romans 22 to 23, and then jump to Romans 26.
Slow down. Romans what?
122.
Romans 1:22 is going to tell me that I can penetrate children, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Beautiful. So Romans 22 says, claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal gods for images, like Muslims, resembling mortal men and birds and animals and creeping things.
Okay,
Therefore,
what image was made to look like a mortal man in Christianity? Who was the only one in Christianity
Abdullah,
made to look like
allowed
a mortal man?
I'm allowing you to go to the Bible. I'm trying to find where you can penetrate children like the evil, filthy, disgusting pervert Muhammad and his evil God was allowing them to do. Now I'm trying to find that. If I don't find it, Abdullah, I'm going to take you and your little squeaky rocking horse and silence you for a minute, right? Listen carefully. Therefore, God gave them up in their lust to their hearts, to impurity, to the dishonoring of their bodies amongst themselves, because they exchanged the truth about God for a lie and worshipped and served the creature rather than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this reason, God gave them up to dishonorable passions, for their women exchanged natural relations for those who are contrary to nature. So nowhere did I find in any of these verses that you went to, from 22 to 26.
Keep going. Keep reading.
How much more must I go?
Keep reading. Keep
going.
One more.
How far?
27.
20. And the men likewise gave up natural relations with women and were consumed with passion for one another. Men were committing shameless acts.
There it is.
Okay. Can you just tell me again, Abdullah? Does that verse say that my God is telling me, like your Allah, to penetrate little prepubescent children?
That's what the Catholic Church showed you it was about.
You are dumber than most.
Hey, Abdullah's up here cooking.
That's cooking.
That was dumb.
Yeah, but
What happens,
so
guys,
I got a better one.
Kissing a stone, going in circles, getting dizzy, thinking that black thing is gonna help yourself, man. This is stupid.
It's like Isaiah did.
Eunice, Eunice, that was a good half-hearted attempt to defend Abdullah.
Yeah.
Abdullah showed you all that the Catholic Church is not far from the Bible.
Hey man, that was a good half-hearted attempt.
Let's go quickly. I'll embrace this topic for 10 seconds, Eunice. Does the Bible tell you that you can marry and penetrate prepubescent girls?
Yes, analyze all the little boys and the women, but keep the virgin girls for yourselves.
Okay, now because you're a Muslim and you think like Muhammad with your dick, and you're too stupid to understand that, does it say that you must penetrate them?
Oh, so what you supposed to keep them as a souvenir?
Again, now, I want you to focus again. According to your disgusting, filthy, dirty, filthy, horrible book that you have, when it tells you who you can marry and who you can penetrate and who you can divorce, does it make clear that it talks about those that have not yet menstruated?
Yes.
Beautiful. And those girls that have not yet menstruated, it's talking about them being prepubescent. They have not yet reached the years of menstruation. Like the perverted Muhammad that was dreaming of a little girl wanting to penetrate her, your God came to bless you. I wasn't done. Your perverted God came to perverted Muslims, Muhammad especially, and he gave him permission to penetrate these little girls, to take them and to use them and abuse them, and then to divorce them before they even reach the years of menstruation. So another perverted pig can jump on her to penetrate her and just give her 3 months to make sure she's not pregnant. Now here's the difference. In your religion, your God allows this perverted, filthy, disgusting act to be pushed on from the time of Muhammad to you perverts today, finding excuses for treating these women, these girls, as your little sex toys. And when you're done with them, you move on to the next. In the Quran, yes or no, can you marry and penetrate little girls in your Quran? Yes or no?
What do you mean? You just went on for like 2 minutes and then you muted me right in the middle of it, and then you come up with a question.
Answer the question. Crying like Aisha did when she saw Muhammad's wedding.
Answer the question. I had already answered that question. I answered it. What are you talking about?
In your perverted religion, with your perverted Muhammad and your perverted book, are you allowed to sleep with prepubescent girls?
Not prepubescent girls, no, it doesn't say that.
Okay, when it says, let's go to the tafsirs, because again, we're going to show you every school of thought will agree with you.
Okay, so here
let's
you go.
In the tafsir of Ibn
notice
Abbas,
that he made a jump.
Yunus,
he made a jump.
Perverts, you perverts when you come on the stage over here, you perverts need to just shut up sometimes and listen, because I'm not going to be putting up with your perverted crap.
Yeah, but you asked me Quran and then you go to
God.
Tafsir.
Now, if we go to Tafsir, do
I thought
agree that the Tafsir
you asked for
says-
Quran.
We were just in the
I'm
Quran.
sorry, James. Do you mind if I just jump in here? So, Eunice, do you know the Arabic well to actually understand the Arabic of the Quran? Let's skip over that, because right now you can get schooled on the Arabic of the Quran, and I can show you it does say that in the Arabic. You only need to understand Arabic in order for
it
you
does
to.
not say.
So again,
it doesn't say that, bro.
Please, do you understand Arabic so I can actually go over the Arabic and explain the grammar of the Arabic and explain everything about it? The question is for you. Do you understand Arabic enough?
So I had already cooked your brother 007 this week. I showed him that
I'm as weak
Quran
as Muhammad was when he picked on a little child.
Okay. Look, buddy.
Hey, that's my cue, man.
Stop just jumping.
Yeah, Eunice, you didn't do anything. Let's go over the verse, though. Let's go over the verse.
Stop.
Hey, I tried. He wanted.
Here.
I tried, and he wanted to go. I tried, and he wanted to go to the Tafsir. So I'm like, what happened?
I've made this Word document just for the Muslims, because it seemed to me every time we make this actual argument, they think we're just doing something unusual. Okay, so again, Eunice, the critique that ought to be in a threefold proof, because it's a serious charge. We're charging your entire religion to be a PDF religion. So the reading, and I'll take it from here, and then James can actually show you the exegetes. But nevertheless, if you want to go with the Quran like you requested, then let's go over the Arabic of the Quran, and I can show you grammatically, linguistically, logically, it includes children. Includes children. Okay? If you want to do that, let's do that. I'm more than happy. It won't take too long, because we only have to dissect one phrase. Wallahi lam yahidna. How do you dissect this grammatically, Eunice? The question's for you. You said you know enough Arabic, so please go ahead. Give me the Arab of Allahi lam yahidna. Go ahead. I'm listening.
What is hayd? What is hayd in Arabic? What is hayd in Arabic?
Hayd is menstruation.
Yeah.
So this is not my question.
So they have not yet.
Please listen to my question one more time. Do you know the grammatical breakdown of this phrase? Lam yahidna. What's the grammatical breakdown of that?
All right. Teach us, Mr. Arab.
Wait, hold on. You said you know Arabic.
Hey, I said this is exactly what I said. He said the Quran says that we are allowed to marry pubescent girls. And I tell him, I said that you lied, because the Quran does not say that. Again, and then he said, oh, let's go to the Tafsir.
You know, Paul, I actually heard him say they haven't had their period yet. Eunice, did you say that?
That's what the verse says.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, exactly.
So you understand that the grammatical default for this is saying they never, ever, 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 ever menstruated, not even spotting. What this means, grammatically speaking. Lam
sure, but it doesn't mean that they're prepubescent, my friend. What are you talking about?
Please listen very carefully. Here. That's just sorry, I am tired of holding my camera. So, well, you don't need to read that document anymore.
Thank you.
Okay. So it's saying that they never ever menstruated, ever, not even spotting. Correct?
Make your point, big bro.
I need your concession. It's either correct or it's not incorrect. If it's incorrect, then you have to.
Not menstruated yet. That's okay.
So is it correct or incorrect? Grammatically speaking.
Correct.
Okay. If that's the case, if I say there's a Disney ride and the only criteria is to be at a height of a meter or less, can you exclude children from this criteria?
Okay, you have Quran 4:6 that excludes children.
Please answer the question. I'll be more than happy to address the orphans that aren't addressed in this verse. And 4:6 is addressing the orphan girls.
Only orphans, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, bro.
What? Wait, hold on. Why are you laughing?
Hey, that's funny. Because so you saying people with no parents are the only one that have to wait until a marriageable age, yes?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Hey, you can't make this up, man. When you have something else that debunks you, you have to, oh, it's only speaking about the orphans. Really, bro?
Wait, hold on. Is 4:6 speaking about the orphans?
So the orphans have to wait until a marriageable age.
So
you saying
please
only
answer the
orphans?
question. Stop evading the question. Stop evading the question
not
so we can
evading the
actually get to a
question, man.
conclusion.
How
Is
am I evading the
4:6
question?
is 4:6 speaking about orphans?
Okay, so now you have to find me another verse.
Answer the question, please.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
But then, okay.
Are
so
you familiar?
is it-
Okay,
so,
wait.
okay. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Let me just ask you the other question. Are you familiar with the logical fallacy that sweeping generalization? That means you take a particular and make it a general rule. That's a fallacy.
So according to you, Paul Bishop.
No, that's logic.
only people-
According to logic, that's a logical fallacy. You're
Okay.
committing a logical fallacy and you're laughing, thinking that you have some valid reasoning.
All
That's
right,
not
thank you.
valid reasoning.
So thank you, sir. So according to Paul Bishop, I'm committing a logical
Okay,
fallacy.
No, wait, hold on. One more time. It's not according to Paul Bishop. I can show you Muslim scholars that says exactly the same thing. The only reason we're not going there because you are all of a sudden a Quran only.
How
So
am
if
I Quran only?
Okay, so perfect
Quran
then.
only.
Perfect then.
Paul
So
Bishop,
would you
please, if I'm
like
allowed
to
to
see?
speak,
Wait, hold
can I
on.
speak?
Would
How do
you
you-
like to see that every mufassir is talking about only orphan girls
Please,
for
please.
4:6?
The only reason why I restricted him into the Quran because he says the Quran says that, and then I told him that the Quran does not say that. So now you have to show me from the Quran. You guys are
Okay, so
saying
again,
Quran.
let's
So,
go
okay,
back to my
okay.
example
But
then.
if I'm allowed, if
Don't divert then. Let me go back
You're
to my
diverting.
example.
You're
Yes, you
diverting.
did. Yes, you did. In 65:4, we were going over the criteria that the Quran put forth. The Quran put forth an actual criterion. The criterion is very simple. You ought to be at this to be that. In similar manner, in a perfect analogy that matches this, here's a Disneyland ride. You have to be at 1 meter height or less in order for you to get on that ride.
And then I said, so there's a marriageable age.
Let me finish. You're cutting me off.
Hey,
So again,
I learned from the best, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
If that's the criteria according to Disneyland, can you exclude children from the 1 meter height?
It doesn't.
Answer the question, man.
Yeah, it doesn't apply to Islam because,
yes, it
like
does.
I said before, Quran 4:6 says that there's a marriageable
That's
age.
for orphans.
No, it doesn't.
We already explained the logical fallacy.
No. So there's a marriageable age that is.
That is for orphans.
So only orphans. So show me in that verse where it says only orphans have to be waiting, have a marriageable age, and not everybody else.
Because the subject of who ought to reach the marriageable age is the orphans. So
so there's a marriageable age.
Do you understand what reading comprehension is?
It's too stupid to understand. This is dumb.
Okay,
Yunus, who is 4:6 talking about?
Can I please?
No, you're too stupid to understand that. You're too stupid. I'm asking. I'm going to break it down so that even an idiot like you can try to make it make sense. In 4:6, who is it addressing?
Right.
Yeah, who's the subject?
I was not disagreeing with you all that it's talking about the orphans. What I'm disagreeing
then why
with
are you asking about Tom, Dick, and Harry if it's talking about
so
the bloody orphans?
If you allow me to finish, you'll get it.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. He's saying that it has to say only. Again, this is a logical fallacy.
No,
you
but Paul Bishop,
okay.
please don't.
Okay, please address the logical fallacy.
Don't put words in my mouth. If you allow me to finish, you get
yes,
it.
You
bro.
did. You literally asked me, show me where it says only. You literally said that.
Not once was I ever allowed to finish my sentence.
Okay. Someone dropped him. Either way, look, Eunice, that's a logical fallacy. I keep telling you it's a logical fallacy. You don't take a particular case and make it a general rule. It's
Paul the
not.
Bishop, how you doing, brother? Quick question, regarding the wife beating.
He's talking. And we have a topic. So put your strap on, just keep your strap on tight. Just hang on a second. Sorry, Paul, go on.
Yeah. So if you're a Quran only, then this would not save you. 4:6 would not save you. It would just make you commit a logical fallacy, which makes you basically invalid reasoning. Your whole reasoning is invalid. It's you that wanted to go with the Quran only, Eunice. It's not James. James wanted to go for tafsirs. And the Islamic scholars agree with all these positions that we're espousing. Like we're not saying anything new. This is why 65.4, when the scholars have broken it down to a legal matter, they say the father must agree. Newsflash for you, Eunice. Orphans don't have fathers or wali amr.
Yeah, that's a stupid criteria. Because imagine applying it to 65.4. It says only for those who are sick and can't get, menstruation when they're sick, when they're older age. It doesn't give that criteria, does it? It says all of those. It's all of those who don't have menstruation, and that's how the scholars interpret it. That's how all the scholars interpret it. 65.4.
Like and they put it into application. So the application, if someone sees my screen one more time here, like I need you to see this very clearly, Eunice. Here, I need to get a pen. When I'm saying application, I'm literally saying legal ruling. So in the legal ruling, this why they differentiated orphans from the ones that have fathers. So this is how they're reconciled 65.4 with 4.6. They recognized that orphans are a special case, and the ones with fathers have special case as well. I made this document for you guys because it's mind-blowing that you don't know that the reading, the understanding, the mufassirin, and then the jurist. Go ahead.
Can I speak now?
Are you a Muslim?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim, alhamdulillah.
Beautiful. So before we jump onto the back end of a conversation, let's just start fresh with you, my man. I want to know which one of these is wrong in Islam. Do you want to give me one that's wrong first, or do you want to go through each of them?
Everything there's wrong in Islam, brother.
Beautiful. So you are saying that I wouldn't find, for example, wife beating, child marriage, or slavery, or even eating pork allowed anywhere in the Quran?
It depends on the context.
Beautiful. So now you see what we just did now. Now we went from absolutely wrong, definitely wrong, depending on the context. So, for example,
I'm not speaking on anyone else's behalf. I'm speaking on my behalf, brother.
I got
so
you.
Whatever anyone else says, fair enough. That's down to them, isn't
it? Sorry. So if I was to now, let's just start with the first one. You saying that there may be a possibility or a reason for beating your wife, and therefore we shall look on the reason for beating the wife in Islam.
Yeah.
So, but you said beating a wife is definitely not allowed in Islam. But now there may be a reason for beating the wife.
Say that again, you cut outside, bro.
I said, so you agree that in some way, shape, or form, yes, according to Islam, according to the Quran, you can beat your wife.
The word beat in English terms compared to the word darab in Arabic have two different meanings. So
okay,
that's where
can I give me another word? Can I use the word strike?
Yeah, you can use the word strike.
There we go. So I found the word strike. So hang on a second. Just let me quickly say to Unchained Queen, she says, God bless you, James, praying for you. Appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you so much for that. So let's just now I would love if you
also just one more thing. Sorry to interject. So I would also like you to keep the same consistency regarding the Bible as well, yeah?
Sure.
No problem.
Unfortunately, that's not really the topic right now, but we can.
I'm just saying consistency. If you're gonna claim something against another religion, that cannot be in your religion either. Correct or incorrect?
So watch this then. If they're both wrong,
No, I'm saying just stay consistent, brother.
Yeah, I know that, but listen again. If you beat your wife in your home and I beat my wife in my home.
Nah, don't use the word beat. I said that I don't use the word beat.
Okay, strike. Whatever word you want to use. Let's use strike.
I use the word darb.
Yeah, what is your equivalent be in English?
Because the word darb, especially when the hadith, I'm not sure what hadith gives the context, but I can find that at a later date. Essentially, if you are to darb, it cannot be painful and it must not be able to leave a mark.
Okay.
So that is the criteria.
Okay, so just remember that now.
Yes.
You're gonna use this word that you want to use, darab. But
yes.
In your Quran, when it says in Surah 434, and it says clearly in your verse, it says, and those you may fear rebellion, may be rebellious. It says, admonish them, banish them, and strike them.
And what was the Arabic word used for it, please, brother?
You can call it idribu.
No, I'm asking you, like, what is the actual word used for the actual word in the Quran?
I'll tell you.
If you could get the translation and find the Arabic word, please.
In fact, my man above you, Paul, he knows the word, but I have it in front of me as well.
Yeah, no problem.
It is what idribuhunna, coming from dadraba, to strike.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
So it is to strike, correct?
Yeah, not to beat, yes, to strike, yes.
To strike. Okay, let's go with the word strike.
Yes.
So according to this,
because I would say beat is more of like a continuous action, if you understand what I'm saying.
Well, that's another thing we can discuss, but let's just focus. So now the verse does tell us that we can strike the wife, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so that's in Islam. So if I have to change that, wife striking, so striking your wife is allowed in Islam.
The same way cutting off your wife's hand is allowed in the Bible.
No, it's not allowed in.
Yes, it is. Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 11 to verse 12.
I understand the deflection, brother. I understand what about
is that correct or incorrect?
I would understand that is correct.
Is that correct or incorrect?
Slow down.
The same way how we can strike.
Slow down. Right? We're getting there. That's okay.
No problem.
We're getting there. Yes.
No problem.
According to what happened there and then, that was the punishment for taking away the gift that God has given.
So you're allowed to cut off your wife's hand. Yeah.
It was for a different time.
Yes or no? Yes or no, brother?
Wait, dude.
Brother, yes or no, please. Just answer the question. The same way the other guy. Wait. When you spoke to the other guy, you asked him yes or no.
I'm trying to.
Dude,
just say yes or no, please, brother.
Dude, no. You say yes or no. Are you allowed to strike your wife?
I said yes.
Okay, good. Because
you
said that was wrong. You said that was wrong.
Are you allowed to cut off your wife's hand? Are you allowed to cut off your wife's hand?
You said that was wrong earlier. Did you say
answer my question?
No.
Answer my question.
Because we are focused on this topic. You said no.
Answer my question. Are you allowed to cut off your wife's hand? Yes or no?
Dude, stop.
Are you allowed to
strap?
Can I jump?
Are you allowed to cut off your wife's hand? Yes or no?
Are you allowed to strike your wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
said
need to
that
jump
was wrong
in,
earlier.
please.
Did you not?
And are you allowed to cut off your wife's hand?
Okay, you said that was wrong earlier. Did you not?
Yeah. No, I never. No, I did not. I said beating.
Okay, so that's fine. Then it's wrong.
I'm sorry. No, just hold on, strap.
Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you. So, what do you mean beaten is not wrong?
Brother, answer my question. I said I gave.
I actually don't agree with your translation. You just pontificated on the Arabic. The only reason I didn't jump in is because I actually was away from my phone, but I was listening. You said daraba doesn't mean beaten. Oh, really? What do you call repeated strikes? Strap. That's a question for you and your linguistic.
No, sorry, I literally just got cut off. But like I was saying, the criteria that I gave. Let me land, please.
Tell me. Yeah, no, you can answer the question. What do you call a repeated strikes for someone cannot strike back? What do you call that? What is that called in English?
Someone keeps muting me. I think one of the mods keep muting me.
I'm muting you because I want an actual answer, because you pontificated on the Arabic and you played the linguistic game.
I answered the question. Can you answer mine?
No, you didn't.
I did.
What do you call? Okay, here. Answer me.
Are
this
you
question
allowed
then
to
first.
cut off your wife's hand? Yes or no?
I will get to that as soon.
Just answer the
answer
question,
is no.
please, brother.
The answer is no.
Well, then you've got an issue with Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 11.
Yeah, I've got an issue. You got to show me this is the husband cutting the man's wife. You got to show me that.
No, it's the husband cutting off his own wife's hand.
It's okay, Strap.
Yeah,
I tried to explain it to you, but you're not paying attention because you think you got a
No. I'm not saying that. I want my man.
Why are you running from the actual linguistic game that you played? You played a linguistic game. What do you call a repeated strike?
Are you allowed to cut off your wife's hand?
Again, what do you call?
Are you allowed to cut off your wife's hand?
Okay. Again, you gotta show me it's the husband. You gotta show me the husband is actually cutting his wife.
Are you allowed to cut off your wife's hand? Yes or no?
Yeah, Ghabi. Ghabi. Isma. When you're saying the husband,
Hamar.
That's Muhammadak. Your Muhammad is Hamar. The fact that you're not getting this is actually embarrassing. You're playing the linguistic game. You're saying you're not allowed to beat your wife. What do you call a repeated strikes? What do you call repeated strikes towards a person? Are you able to answer this, or are you gonna get dropped?
I got a phone call. You got to repeat everything again.
Okay. What do you call repeated strikes towards a person?
I already answered you. It's called a beating, bro.
Okay, a beating. If the Quran is saying strike them until they obey, that means you ought to keep striking until they obey you. So is the Quran
this is
saying,
why we have the Hadith, which gives context to this verse.
Let me
I'm
finish.
trying to tell you, brother.
Let me finish. My goodness. So again, the Quran is saying beat them until they actually obey. So the Quran is literally saying beat them. You played the linguistic game here, saying, "Oh, you can strike them, but you cannot beat them."
Hey, Paul.
Get there.
Hey, Paul.
It literally says in black and white.
Dude, shut up. What is the reason? Dude, shut up. Your prophet is ugly and your prophet is disgusting. What is the reason for what is the reason for why you can beat them continuously
until they obey you? I mean, the clause is right there in black and white, like he wants to say. In the Quran, the clause is right there. It's telling you to continue beating them or striking them, which is repeated strikes, until they obey you. Then you stop, whatever. If that's the case,
right?
Then it's beating. But he played the linguistic game where saying, "Oh, in Arabic, udrubuhunna doesn't mean beat." Not necessarily. Depends on the context.
Yeah.
That's what the verse says. If they then obey you.
Yeah,
that's correct. That's the clause.
And the problem is, it's for those who you fear disobedience. You don't even have to have disobedience. It's those who you fear disobedience. You can beat them into submission. And as far as I was just going to say this. As far as Deuteronomy 25, if you read the whole chapter, you know what it's talking about? It's talking about how important the lineage is for the man. So the lineage for the man is ultimate importance because God says, be fruitful and multiply. And so when a woman steps into a fight, when you're having a fight with a man and a woman grasps the private parts, it's going into the direction of he can't have any more lineage. obviously.
So, yeah, let's make the
And so that's
the
why
statement that
it's a harsh punishment.
But DJ, did you notice how he misrepresented the biblical text? He said the husband cuts the wife's hand. He's misrepresenting that ruling, and he wants to phrase it in a sentence. That's why I answered no, because it's not a dispute between a husband and a wife. It's not the husband that ought to cut off the hands of his wife. It's actually, if you can say, it's the council or the court ordering to cut off a woman of a husband, not the man or the husband cutting the wives. He purposely misrepresented this and made it sound like as if it is a dispute between the husband and the wife. The answer, Strap, one more time for you, is no. The answer is no. The husband isn't cutting off. It's the court. It's the Mosaic court status that is going to actually execute that judgment, just like the court of Islam will cut off anyone's hand, anyone, a child to an elderly man, if he steals just an egg. Just an egg. We have a hadith where women were cut off their hands because they stole something so, how do I say this, small. In fact, we have a hadith of a guy that was so poor that first time he stole, they cut off the left. Then he stole again, he cut off the right. Then he stole again. How? We don't know. Then they cut off his left leg, and then stole again. And they cut off his right leg. He was a full amputee, and then he stole again, and they unalived him. This is a hadith. Like you're talking about cutting off a woman's hand because she castrated another man, and the Mosaic court setting is the rule there is to actually cut off her hand. Then you're saying this is wrong, but stealing an egg and cutting off your hand is not wrong.
Well, this is where, again, and if he was quiet enough and humble enough to actually let us explain the verse to him, again, notice the differences in what they do, guys. He ran from, yes, you can beat her, no, you can strike her, then it was beat her, and then it's like cut off the hand. Now, what's the deal with this cutting off the hand? Cutting off a woman's hand for grabbing the man's privates is showing us, it's like an overreaction. It's like showing us the severity of what is actually being done. Because we have to understand, what did the woman do? So clearly we have two men that are fighting, and a woman comes to help her husband. And it seems as if, that she's seizing his private parts deliberately.
It's understood to be castration as well. Like that's how it's understood by every scholar.
And by grabbing him, you destroying his man parts. So first of all, we have to listen and understand what the law and what's it doing. This is not an accidental. This is deliberate. And we know that seizing a man by the private parts and destroying his private parts, you are destroying a gift that God has given him, because God tells us that the gift of a child or having children is a gift from him. Now you are taking away, you are crushing them in your hand. So hypothetically, you can say that this is a deliberate assault on this man's testicles to damage them in some way, to cut it off in some way. And this is why we have to look at the punishment. Now, again, looking in biblical times, in Israel and amongst those people, barrenness was a problem for families. The highest, sanctions of religion was a woman that was fruitful. Something that was great for a woman was to be fruitful, and because children were necessary for the perpetuation of the tribe, even the religion, it's significant that the mothers are able to produce children for their husbands. And we can see this through Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, who were by nature sterile. And his special intervention, he intervenes, he comes into this, to help them, to give them this fruitfulness so that they can multiply and continue. And yet now we have a woman that's taking away this gift, even though this man may not be, for example, let's just say he's not a Christian. It doesn't mean that he may not one day be a Christian, or his children might not be great or something, but it's not in her hands, it's not her job to do this. She shouldn't be allowed to do this, to cut off his gonads or to hurt him in a way that he's never going to be, because this is utter terror and destruction.
Exactly.
Well, there's a whole contextual background to this as well. The Mosaic law is put in the unlikelihood of this happening. It's not saying this is like a daily occurrence. Like Muslims read this and be like, "Oh, look, see, this is happening every second in the history of Christianity and Judaism." This guy,
it's called case law, and obviously God cares about lineage, and he cares about people being fruitful and multiply, and that's why it's a harsh punishment. If you look at the context of Deuteronomy 25, that's what it's talking about. But according to the Quran, if you fear disobedience, then you can do this.
But you can imagine back then how difficult it was to have children with the harsh conditions, and it's easier today. And today we think it's, if it's 10 times more important today, it was 1,000 times more important back then to guarantee your lineage, your tribe, your religion. It has to go further. And who is she then to just decide that she can go in a fight? But again, you guys think that you walking around and the wives see their husband argue with another man, she's going to go in there and try to, pull off his gonads, ring his bells. Anyway, we've got Football Factory. How are you, sir?
Hi, it's a female. So
how are you?
I expect that.
Yeah, greetings from Scotland.
Oh,
just interesting conversation you guys are having.
Are you Muslim? Are you Muslim?
Yes, I am.
So I'm so glad. Listen, and please, you've got an echo. I'm just going to mute you, and then you can unmute. If you can either swipe up off the screen and then come back and we can test it, or go out the app and back into the app.
Is it okay now?
Much better.
Yes. Perfect. So you've heard the conversation. We just read the Quran and see what it teaches.
Yeah, obviously, it's a controversial topic that people are talking about. I think it's just recently that people are having an issue with the concept that you're mentioning of child marriage.
Well, let's start with the first one, if you don't mind. We'll get to child. I'm hoping you'll be here until we get to number 4. If we were to start with wife beating, now the beauty of you being a female and a Muslim is you read the same Quran as they do, but they will tell you what it tried to say instead of what it just said. Do you agree that in the Quran it teaches that you can beat your wife?
I do not agree with that, no.
So have you read the verse that I'm talking about? Yeah,
I've read the verse.
Okay, so how do you understand when it says, and those you may fear rebellious, may be rebellious? So they haven't done anything wrong. The husband, he just fears this. Because remember, already at the start of the verse, it says Allah prefers one over the other. So Allah prefers the man over the female. In Islam, it's as clear as day. I prefer one over the other. And it says, and those you fear may be rebellious. Banish them, admonish them, and strike them. So when you read the word and strike them, how do you make that make sense to you?
So obviously with my situation, we take the Quran and the Hadith hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So our role model is the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So his example, his way of life, he never once struck any of his wives.
I can show you that he did, but let's trust Allah for once, right? So I can show you Muhammad did strike his wife. That's besides the point. And there's a hadith on that, Sahih Muslim. But let's trust Allah first. Before we push Allah to the side and put Muhammad on the pedestal, we must be able to trust the Quran for what it says before we run to someone else to tell us what he's trying to say. Do you agree that according to the verse so far, that it says that a man can strike his wife?
Yes, the word strike is there.
Okay, so then we agree that according to Allah and the Quran, you can strike your wife.
Yes.
Beautiful. Before we go to anything else and anyone else, does that to you seem reasonable?
For looking at the word strike, it is something that you have to look into the context of. The word strike is used in the Quran a number of times, especially with, I don't know if you've seen the verse, I think it was about the Prophet Ibrahim, where I think it was the baby had struck the floor to help water come out, Zamzam.
Yeah, right. So your first language is English, right?
Yeah.
Your mother tongue. So just like English, the word daraba is hit. That's the equivalence. Now I'm going to give you some examples. Jack hit the road. Jack hit the musical notes. Jack hit his wife. What's the difference in each one of them?
The word hit is used in the same context there.
Okay, so is Jack hitting the road the same meaning as Jack hit his wife?
Brother, but hit and strike are not the same word.
I'm telling you the equivalent.
No, why
it is I'm proficient in Arabic. The fact that you're saying it's not, I can show you how I can translate this perfectly in the exact same way in Arabic. Jack hit the road. Jack ضرب السبيل. Jack hit the musical notes. Jack ضرب العلامات الموسيقية. Jack hit his wife. Jack ضرب امرأته. In each one of them, it will tell me something else about ضرب.
Yeah.
Just like your Quran as well uses Jack hit the road, but it doesn't use the word Jack. Obviously, it uses a group of people and say they are hitting the road. It literally says ضاربين السبيل. So we understand this is an equivalent word to not strike the road. It hit the road. Jack hit the road. The ones that hit the road in the Quran, they are traveling on the road. When I say Jack hit his wife, the object here is the woman. Therefore, it translates to physical blows. In similar manner, Arabic is not magical. It's exactly the same as English and any other language. They are governed by grammar. When grammar governed them, then you have to understand it contextually and faithfully to the grammar. The object here is women, and there's no way you can think that Jack traveled on his wife or traveled away from his wife. It doesn't work because it's nonsensical. Jack hit his wife can only mean one thing, and only one thing only, that he inflicted physical blows. In similar manner, again, Arabic is not magical. Jack hit his wife. Jack ضرب امرأته. That means Jack inflicted physical blow on his wife.
Bro, I don't know what you want me to say. You're using the same word. You're saying that this word can be used in different in different sentences. They can mean different things.
Yes. So again,
so you agree
here's
with
the
that?
English. Please answer to the English only. Jack hit the road. What does that mean?
It could mean he hit the road, physically hit it, or he could have fallen on the road. There's different.
Really? Are you being intellectually honest here?
No,
The answer to intellectually honest is no. But so can you please be intellectually honest? Jack hit the road. In normative understanding, what does that mean?
I wouldn't use that in a normal context anyway. How can you hit the road?
There's an entire song called Jack Hit the Road.
You meaning going on the road?
Jack.
Oh, hit the road, Jack. Sorry.
If I say to you, football, I'm going to hit the road, it means I'm leaving as well, correct?
Yeah, it could mean a number of things, yeah.
In normative understanding, what does it mean?
It's not something I would normally use. I wouldn't say I hit the road. I'm going on a journey. I would say that.
Again, there's an entire song that is revolving around the same phrase.
But it doesn't mean that it just has one meaning.
This is normally how it's understood. Like, again, this is not, you're playing right now. Like, this is intellectual dishonesty 101.
No.
Everyone understands. Look, I can bring every English speaker here.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I was living in London and we were done at work, I'd say, let's hit the road. Meaning, let's leave.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay. You might not use it and you might not understand it, but according to what Paul is saying, is that each time we're using the same word, right? According to now, again, you're in the same boat as me when we're reading the Quran, because we both don't understand the Arabic. Now, Paul forgot more Arabic than Muhammad did. And, all I'm saying is, based on the verse itself, it tells us quite clearly that you may strike this person, right? We agree to this. We just have to understand what and how.
That's not clear. If that was clear, then you'd go to every Muslim house and see that.
No, the thing is,
we're playing here. Like, literally, we're playing. Can you show me a single scholar that understands this verse in 434 where it doesn't mean inflicting physical blows?
Yeah, plenty of scholars. They say that
name one.
The actual daraba is actually a symbolic.
Can you please name one? Name one.
Mufti Mink.
What? Excuse me? So, are you telling me Mufti Mink is better than Ibn Kathir?
What does Ibn Kathir tell you to physically beat your wife?
Yes.
That's so wrong. I can't believe that you're.
Answer the question. Who's a higher caliber in hierarchy? If I look at hierarchy and I want to see who's better in Islam or who's a better authority over the Muslim nation, is Al-Tabari, Ibn Kathir, Al-Thalabi, Al-Jalalain, Ibn Kathir, and everyone in between them. Everyone else in between them saying this is physical blows. Are they all, wait, let me finish my question. Are they all wrong? And Mufti Link right now is the right
it's just
the right scholar to follow? I just want to understand. For the sake of my sanity, could you tell me, is this what your position is saying? That all these Arabic scholars, renowned scholars of Islam, everyone adheres to in Islam, like literally everybody, every Sunni anyways, are you saying they're all wrong and Mufti Link is now the correct one?
Brother, with all due respect, I think you've got a misunderstanding here. It's just a symbolic. It's very symbolic, the word.
Okay, here, let me show you symbolic. Can I get a big screen? I want to show her that what Ibn Kathir says about symbolic. Ibn Kathir literally says that you can strike her until she actually obeys you. And the only thing that is not allowed is severe striking, which means do not break her bones or take her eye out or like disfigure her. That is what Ibn Kathir is saying.
How do you strike someone without causing pain?
It doesn't say pain. I challenge you. So I challenge you to show me a single scholar that is actually not a modern day scholar that is like Mufti Link or if Mufti he is a scholar or whatever he is. Like if he can show me an actual classical scholars that says do not cause her pain, then I'll grant it to you. Because I can show you right now, I can show you modern scholars and ancient scholars saying you can cause her pain. No problem.
Who says this? Which scholar?
Sure. Okay, perfect.
Which one?
Okay. So this is a modern scholar that actually did the interpretation of the hadith of where Muhammad beat up Aisha.
Brother, do you know Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that the best of yous are the best of their wives?
Look, I don't care about your brainwashing. Your brainwashing means nothing to me.
Why do you not see the good things that he said?
What
the
good
best
things? What
He
good
said
things?
the best of yous are the best to their wives.
Yeah, okay. And he also said, do not whip your slave girl as hard as, sorry, do not whip your wife as hard as you whip your slave girl, and then have intercourse with her. So is that a good thing? Because he literally used the word whip. I'll show you that hadith in a moment too.
Well, you're going on a tangent here.
I'm not going in a tangent. I'm showing you that you have no clue what you're talking about.
Brother, I am married to a Muslim man, and I think the whole idea that you're trying to put forward is completely wrong, and it's a shame that
I'm sorry. Look, you are telling me what you've been brainwashed with. I don't care about your brainwashing. What I care about is facts. I don't have a lot of time. Do not waste my time by telling me fairy tales. Do you have hard facts, like something like this? Do you have something like this? If you're telling me, oh, dude, this is all flowers and rainbows and unicorns, then I really don't care. I really don't. Do you have hard facts? Yes or no? I have hard facts. I have a hadith by Muhammad saying, do not whip your slave girl.
Why are you quick to about 140 people that probably can't even read that?
I can read it, and I can translate it perfectly fine.
I will show it to you in English as well. I've got it in front of me from Ibn Kathir.
If you got it in English, then please go ahead.
I'm not sure. I've translated the section where it tells you, for example, it says that he does not break a limb or leave any effect on her. And then it says that he should leave her alone in bed, except that if she's fine. And then it says, then Allah has given you permission to beat her with a non-severe beating and do not break a bone. If she accepts, that is fine.
How do you hurt someone without hurting them?
It didn't say hurt. It said
it doesn't say
not
hurt.
beat them
please stop misrepresenting the actual. So here.
So you change the word to beat now from strike to beat.
Okay so let's do this again with you. What do you call repeated strikes towards someone that cannot respond?
Does it say repeated strikes?
Yes. When it's telling you a clause, the clause is until they obey you. That means it's not one strike. That means, oh my gosh,
you're misrepresenting it.
I'm misrepresenting it.
Yeah.
Did you not read your Quran?
Brother, it says as a final resort, the word is strike is used not on the face and not to cause pain and not to cause humiliation.
Again, if you can show me a single scholar that says not cause her pain, then fine, we'll grant you that.
Our renowned scholars all agree with this.
No, not even a single one. Show me a single. You keep saying things, but look, okay.
One of our
here, football. There's a big pink elephant sitting next to me. This is how you sound to me. There's a big pink elephant sitting next to me, and on top of that elephant there's a unicorn, and you know what, they're shooting unicorns from their behind, or rainbows, sorry. This is how ridiculous you sound. Show me proof, please. I've read these things. Not even a single mufassir says do not cause her pain. Not even a single one.
The whole concept of Islam, even Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Pink elephant. That's all what I hear. Pink elephant. Please stop saying that. Please. Do you have proof for anything you're about to espouse? Football. Do you have any proof?
Yes.
Do you have any proof?
I've just told you I am living proof.
Oh my goodness. Let me just say this, sis. You know, because your husband doesn't beat you, the reason he doesn't do that is because he's got Christian values in him. The Muslim values in him would command him to do this, but this is not a command. This is just a guidance. Please let me finish. Please let me finish. Please let me finish. I've sat down listening to you try to make this make sense. I'm showing you, Paul's showing you, that every single person we go to, every scholar tells you that you can beat them, that you can strike them. I'm reading Qurtubi, and he says the purpose is to perform. Sorry, so there's no harm if it. No, hang on a second. It says the striking in the verse is a non-severe disciplinary striking, which does not break a bone or disfigure a limb, like a punch or the like. Now, I'm so glad it says that you shouldn't break a bloody bone in the woman's body. I'm so glad it says that. But it says that you can beat your woman in Islam. We've both agreed to it. The severity of it, that's something else. But my question is, according to the Quran, do you agree that yes, you can strike, the man can strike his poor defenseless wife if she fears rebellion?
No,
do you agree with that so far?
Why are you misrepresenting again? See, because you said Christian, if my husband, God forbid, was a Christian.
No, God forbid, he is a Muslim, right? But the thing is, I'm saying to you that he doesn't, by him not following the Quran is a good thing.
Can I finish what I'm saying? If he was a Christian, I would not be able to give him a divorce if he beat me black and blue.
Oh my goodness! This is why.
That's fine. So we're not talking about you in particular. You're not the please. You're not the subject of the matter here. The subject of the matter is the ruling that Allah gave to the Muslimin. Whether now your husband pays a cat or beat you up, or he does not beat you up, whether he performs salat or doesn't perform salat, this doesn't have any implication about Islam or what Allah decreed. So Allah decreed a particular ruling, and that's the subject of the matter. Stop diverting to you. Nobody cares how you conduct your life. Again, there's good Muslims, there's bad Muslims. There's Muslims that do what Allah says, and there's Muslims don't do what Allah says. That's irrelevant. We're not talking about that. I don't care what people do. I care about what Allah said and what He allowed. In this verse, clearly, He allowed the striking of women repeatedly until they obey the man. Do you agree or disagree with Allah? That's the bottom line.
With your context of it.
Okay, so if you disagree with not my context, again, the scholars of Islam, the jurists of Islam, and every other scholars from Al-Tabari to Ibn Kathir, all the classical scholars.
Let's agree to disagree and move on to the next one, because you're clearly want everyone to just say yes to what you're saying, and that's it, which is not true.
Okay, let's ask you this question: am I espousing my opinion or the scholar's opinion?
No, you've got your own opinion on this. I've just told you the scholars do not.
So, all right, then let's read Ibn Kathir and let's see if you agree with him. Is that a good plan? Because to me, it sounds like a good plan.
Brother, please. It just sounds really silly.
No, don't run away. James, can you put that on the screen, please? Because she's running away. She's making it sound like I'm the villain here, where it's Allah, Muhammad, and the scholars that are actually saying these things, not me. I'm not the villain. I'm the messenger. I'm the one that telling you something your husband hid away from you. So either you're going to address this or do the reasonable thing, stick your head in the sand like an ostrich and think that's reasonable. If that's what you think is reasonable, good. Hello, Miss Ostrich.
I would like to also just ask this question to my sister over here: is do you have any scholar that says do not beat your wife?
Everyone, all the scholars, the main scholars agree with this. You should not hit.
Don't give me Mufti Menk. Mufti Menk he's a puppet for the Western society, trying to make himself more liberal than he is. So don't go to Mufti Menk. He's an idiot. Take me to a scholar that people actually know and respect, and we can refer to see what is being said. Because again, We are showing you, we're taking you to Qurtubi, we're taking you to Ibn Kathir, we're taking you to Wahidi, we're taking you to the people that have given us Islam. You saying, yeah, but let's go to this guy from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, wherever he comes from, who is walking around today, living off the money of the Muslims, trying to live this fantastic life, and he's not really being a proper Muslim. This is why they don't want him to represent Islam, because he says and does a lot of things that's anti-Islamic. But this is the guys you guys go to because he makes Islam soft. I'm asking you, give me a scholar that we can go to.
Why don't you go to the best scholar? Why
Who's
don't you
the best scholar?
The best scholar was Aisha Raziyallahu anha. She was the best
Beautiful. So
scholar.
let's go to Aisha. Let's go there. Let me show you what Aisha says, right? Watch this. I'm going to show you what Aisha says, and we'll see, right? I'll show it to you. Let's see what our baby girl, little girl, Aisha said.
How ridiculous, honestly.
Wasn't she a little girl? Don't you think a 6-year-old is a child? A 9-year-old is still a child?
Absolutely ridiculous. Why? I don't know what you have against Islam, but
I'm telling you, I don't agree that a grown man should penetrate and grape a little girl. He has to be a perverted pig to do that. But no, we're not on that just yet. Now we're looking at Sahih Muslim, Book 4, Hadith 2127. Okay. So here's the reference for it. You can take a screenshot. Beautiful. I can go to the whole thing, but we can read from here where it says, so should I narrate you a hadith of the Holy Prophet on authority and of the authority of my mother? We thought he meant the mother or had given birth, blah, 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 but it was Aisha who narrated this. So Aisha narrated that. You said, let's go to her. Should I not narrate it to you about myself and about the messenger of Allah? We said, yes. She said, when it was my turn for the messenger, basically for him to jump her little bones, to spend the night with me, he turned his side, put on his mantle, and took off his shoes and placed it near his feet, and spread the corner of his shawl on his bed, and lay down till he thought I had gone asleep. He took hold of his mantle slowly, put the shoes on slowly, and opened the door and went out, then closed it lightly. I covered my head, put my veil, and tightened my waist wrapper, and then went out following his footsteps till he reached Baki. He stood there, and he stood for a long time. Then he lifted his hands 3 times and then returned, and I also returned. He hastened his steps, and I also hastened my steps. He ran, and I too ran. He came to the house, and I came to the house. I, however, preceded him, and I entered the house, and I lay down in bed. He, Muhammad, entered the house and said, "Why is it, O Aisha, that you are out of breath?" I said, "There is nothing." He said, "Tell me, or the subtle and the aware will inform me." I said, "Messenger of Allah, may my mother and father be the ransom for you." And I told him the whole story. He said, "Was it the darkness of your shadow that I saw in front of me?" I said,
really quick, but
I'm nearly there. Here's the last. Yes, here it is. He said, "He struck me on the chest, which caused me pain." Little girl Aisha was struck on the chest by the 50-something-year-old man that caused her pain. So did Muhammad strike Aisha?
Which hadith, sorry? It was Sahih Muslim. Which one? Sahih Muslim, book 11?
Book 11, Hadith 132. You can go to Hadith 974b. Book 4, Hadith 2127.
Hold on, what's it? Book 11
Take a
and...
screenshot.
Sorry, I'm on a different screen. So book 11 and what was the...
Take a screenshot.
Wait, let me see, hold on. 132? Hold on.
11, Hadith 132.
132.
Hadith 974b. You can go to Hadith book 4, Hadith 2127.
Okay.
Now that we see that Muhammad struck Aisha because he loved to dominate over his little child bride, do you think now that this is the best example?
I think you're misrepresenting again.
Did I read the Hadith? Yes, the Arabic. Do you want to read the Arabic?
Hold on, I'm trying to find it because I can't find it in here.
Let me see.
Yeah, I can't find that, so I don't think that's a genuine hadith.
I was writing it this morning when I had some time.
I think you found it on some anti-Muslim website.
I probably did. I have a habit of doing that. I go to
I have to go, but I will
Islamic
definitely be back.
I go to Islamic sites and I read Islamic sources, and everything I read from Allah turns out to be just a satire.
I have to go, but definitely I want to come back and join the conversation. If you guys
You're
are still
more than welcome to.
Right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Take care.
Thanks for coming.
I find it really strange that it's on the screen, it's in front of them. They think man, it's just sad. I don't know. You know, you can when people, this is the Stockholm syndrome. For those that are listening, this is Stockholm syndrome. You know, when you as Paul just said, when you stick your face in the ground, you stick your head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. She married a Muslim man with good intentions. He lied to her and told her how fantastic the religion is. And then when you start analyzing the religion, you realize right from the start that you were lied to. We haven't even gotten to the part yet where we know that child marriage being penetrated by a grown-ass man. I want to know, and DJ, this is my honest question. What wisdom is there to sleep with a child in Islam? What is the wisdom?
To fulfill the man's desires of a perverted man. Perverted man's desires. And I mean, yeah, I mean, it's too bad. And I think she missed the point of you saying, hey, this is Christian values that her husband is practicing, because it is. Colossians 3:19 talks about husbands, love your wife. Do not be harsh with them. And Ephesians 5, at the same time, 25 through 30, talking about husbands, love your wives. Give up your lives for them as Christ did for the church. These are the values. Her husband's not using Islamic values, obviously. Want to go to the scholars? Scholars is not good enough. You want to go to the Hadith? Muhammad's not good enough. You want to go to the Quran? The Quran is not good enough. So yeah, obviously, if a man is not doing that and is actually treating his wife well, that is Christianity standards. But yeah, I gotta call it a night. But thanks for having me up, James. Good to see you back. God bless you, brother.
God bless, my man. God bless. Thank you. I will try to stand a little longer, guys. I see how the coughing is going. I've been muting a lot. I've got me fishermen's to try to calm the throat down, but sometimes it's not the bestest of the westest. Let me, guys, introduce you to a guy called Micah. Mika. How are you, bro?
How are you doing, G? You good?
I'm good. I've been listening to your lives, man. You've been running some fun lives, especially the ones with what was that topic? That was a couple of months ago, or weeks ago.
Too many topics. I was wondering if you got to the hadith of Bukaki 284 yet.
The Prophet used to visit all his wives in one night, and he had 9 wives.
Oh, you memorized them. My days. Yeah, I was hoping you could bring a Sunni up here that could explain the hikmah of that as well. Because that's thrush-inducing just thinking about it.
Well, hang on. There's one that says he used to only have one wash at the end of it.
How clean?
You know that one?
How clean?
I'm not even joking. There's a hadith that says he used to sleep with all his wives in one night with one wash.
Yeah, that's the one I was referring to. 284. Bukaki 284.
It doesn't say with one wash.
Is it Muslim 309 then? One of them.
I've got to wait. No, that's the one where he had lice in his head.
No, I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah, he was full of lice.
Yeah. No,
Oh, sorry. So, no, you're right. Sorry,
yeah, it's 284. Bukhari 284. Yeah.
No, 309. It says that he should have sexual intercourse with all his wives with a single bath.
Oh, there we go. And 284 tells you that he had 9 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's I mean, you know, I ask a question because, as you know, I don't believe in these fictional books, anyways. But how did you come to know of these so-called facts? Because this is an interesting topic. You can write quite a big drama on that. Like, how did you come to know that he used to do 9 wives with one ghusl in one night? Because
I tell you what, I know the answer. I know the answer. You see, after Muhammad, because he used to only think with his willy, right? After all these things, he used to sit down with the boys after the bonfire and go, guys, guess what, man?
You're stealing my story, mate. Come on.
Great minds think alike, bro.
Don't steal my story now. Come on.
He's like sitting at a campfire, sharing a glass.
It's copyrighted. It's copyrighted. At least you know.
I'm saying it now, so I didn't hear you say it. I said it first. But he's sitting down there having a glass of camel juice with the boys, you know, room temperature, maybe slightly warmer because of the weather. And he's like, yeah, man, you know, guys, guess what I did last night or this morning? You know, I just got out, man. I got the strength of 30 men, you know, me. And the people are like, oh, man, you go, Mo. What's up, man? He's like, yeah, man. You know, I'm not sure why the women are leaking yellow goo. I'm not sure why, but, you know, it could be, you know, that.
Don't be so graphic, G. Yeah, I like this fictional character. The more you read, the more you realize how silly people can be, really.
And you know, again, if I read something that, I mean, this is the reason why when it comes to the child marriage part, I want to know what wisdom was there for Muhammad to penetrate a child. How does that help Islam? How does it help Allah? How does it help Muhammad?
Funny thing, because I have looked into it before, and even if you use the hadith themselves, they don't corroborate the 6 and 9 ages. In fact, they actually confirm that she was 16 and 19. And another aspect of these hadiths, if you read any hadith that relates to the age of Aisha, it comes from one person, all of them. And that person is Hisham ibn Urwa ibn Zubair. Now, this person has a funny story. Now, this person has lived in... Now, Aisha is his auntie, by the way. So, and he is narrating upon his father. Yeah? Now, his father died way before he left Medina, right? And this person lived 84 years, 70 odd of which he lived in Medina. Yeah? And his father, I think his father died when he was young, right? So the majority of his life, he lived in Medina without his father. In the last 10 years of his life, he moved out of Medina and he moved into Kufa in Iraq. And in them 10 years, he started narrating these hadiths, saying that he's narrating from his father, who has heard them from Aisha. Now, if you go to any hadith that talks about the age of Aisha, it will come from this person who allegedly narrated upon his father, who died in Medina. He lived all his life in Medina and he never mentioned them until the last 10 years of his life. Hence why a lot of his contemporaries have said we don't take from Hisham from his time in Kufa because they thought he lost his mind. But yeah, maybe
I just want to explain to people, they're asking what you are, whether you're Christian or Muslim. I just want to say to the people, guys, this guy called Mika, he is someone that believes that every time Muhammad is mentioned in the Quran, it is a reference to Jesus.
Four times to be exact.
Yeah, so 4 times when Muhammad is mentioned, this guy Mika, who is a Muslim, believes that this is talking and pointing to Jesus, because he goes as the praised one, and Jesus is the praised one.
You are correct. They took that title from the Messiah and gave him to somebody else.
So he doesn't believe in either the hadiths or most of what is being said. So it's interesting when you listen to someone outside of the normal Sunni, you know, the Sunni narrative come with something outside or different. And this is why you mustn't believe, guys, that all Muslims are Sunni. Not all Muslims are Sunni, or not all Muslims are Shia. There are different people that have different opinions when it comes to who Muhammad is, who it's pointing to, what the Quran is saying. You've got the guy called Feras, for example, who is Quran only. He also says some of the weirdest things, but you can't take it away from them. You've got to allow them to tell you what they believe in their religion. All we have to do is just focus on what they tell us and then work with what they give us.
Yeah, could you name the scholars that actually say that we don't take from this particular chain about Aisha?
Imam Malik.
Imam Malik. Is Imam Malik going in the opposite of Ibn Kathir?
Imam Malik was a contemporary of Hisham, and he said we would not take from Hisham of his time in Kufa because he thought he went crazy.
Again, is Imam Malik opposes to the fact that Aisha is 9 years old?
Yeah, he ignored all the hadiths of Hisham.
Again,
yes.
please, does Imam Malik say that Aisha wasn't 9 years old?
I don't know.
He does.
I wasn't with him.
He affirms that she was 9 years old. Ibn Kathir affirms that anyone that actually say that Aisha isn't 9 years old is a kafir.
Are we talking
When
about
did Imam
Malik
Malik-
or Ibn Kathir?
Yeah, both.
So where does
So
where do you find that
so
Imam
if
saying Aisha was 9?
because he affirms child marriage.
Where does he find? Where do you find
Again, he affirms child marriage.
it? Come on, James. I thought you had a bit higher standard here than other lives.
So well, hang on a second. Well, didn't you have the question? What did you say?
He
says
says
where-
he made the claim that Imam Malik is confirming, but he's not
Okay.
bringing the evidence. I don't like
Okay,
it.
all right. Does Imam Malik affirms child marriage?
Again, if you're going to make a
Answer the
claim
question.
against
Answer the
mine,
question.
bring your evidence.
Yes,
I
I'm
told
making
you,
a claim right now.
I don't know. If you have
He
if you
does.
have evidence, bring it up.
Okay, he does.
Bring it up.
Okay.
I have it in front of me.
My other device died. That's why I'm logged into my. Okay, thank you.
What I've done is I've made a PDF with regards to with entire child marriage.
I mean, you obviously don't know anything. You're just
No,
saying
I
things out
I
of your
know.
rear end.
Not really.
So
You can.
I
at
did
least
this.
you can
It's
find
okay.
it.
It's okay. Micah, it's okay. So what I did was I just wrote Malik, and it comes up 76 times. So over here, when we read it, what it says over here, let me just go double check. So that it says a divorced woman talking about the consummation of marriage who has no iddah, says that this is a command on which the scholars are unanimously agree that if a woman is divorced before marriage is consummated, she does not have to observe the waiting period. That's the one. Then it says, it goes on, and it's in the Arabic as well, where it
Maliki means the madhab, doesn't mean the person.
oh, who does it come from?
Where does it come from, genius?
Again, who's the person quoting it? It might not be his saying himself.
Are you doubting the chain between the students and Malik?
Am I doubting the change between the students and Malik?
Yeah.
I'm doubting everything if you haven't realized that yet.
Yeah, well, I realize that, but you're saying if that's the case, then how do you know Malik says what he says? Because it's his student that recorded that this is what Malik said. You can't pick and choose here, buddy. It's either everything the students say is correct or everything is not correct. You can't just say, oh, Malik said, okay, show me where Malik actually wrote it with his pen, because it's not. It's always his students reporting. Even for Ibn Taymiyyah, was always someone that is reporting what someone says, or someone else says what someone else said. What are you on about? Yeah. Either stay consistent or don't stay consistent.
Do you read Arabic?
Yes, I do.
We'll get to the Arabic in a second. I just want to show you there's more, because it tells you clearly those who are not menstruated. Let me give you the big screen, 1 second.
But I know that verses, 1 second, yeah. So this is the, where is it? Where is it gone now? 1 second. Imam Malik ورفضه hadith, literally the first thing, yeah. And Aisha مغرت. Where did it go?
Well, while you're looking for that, you find
basically this is to say that the Imam Malik has ignored or refuted the Hisham ibn Urwa. So I'm not talking
hang on.
nonsense.
So when you're looking at Maliki, the Maliki, the school, those who have not menstruated means young girls.
No,
Or have not
haven't menstruated
reached the age of menstruation.
after divorce. That's what the verse is saying. But let me just.
What do you mean? Well, hang on a second. Talking about divorce means that these girls have been penetrated, because 3349 is talking about girls that have not been touched. So I've got every school of thought in this PDF, every single one confirming that by all the schools of thought that you can penetrate these girls as long as they are still, even if they are still children.
Yeah.
Not a single one says the opposite.
That's fine. But here for what's his name, Paul. ولذلك نقم الإمام مالك عليه حديثه لأهل العراق فما حدث به في المدينة فهو
Who's نقل?
نقم.
Sorry, could you zoom in? I can't see that far. Like zoom in.
Can you read that?
Still, I don't know why you put it on landscape and half of your screen is white. Yeah, just put it this way and change your landscape.
I can't zoom.
Well, you can get closer, right?
Yeah, but then it goes out of focus.
فإن هشام بن عروة. Yeah, okay, I see that's blurring up. عن أبيه ولم يسمعون ولم يسمعون القرآن. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And who's saying that? Sorry, who's saying that?
This is the Imam Malik. The knowledge that Imam Malik has.
Could you show me what's the?
There's a whole article about.
Show me. Yeah, exactly. Show me from the beginning of the article, because it's not just Malik said this.
Yeah. No.
It's someone says what Malik says, and then someone says what that someone says.
Great. No.
Yeah. Okay. So how can you be so? Oh my gosh. Wait. You just agreed that is someone that someone else has said that Malik said this. If that's the case, how do you know that? Since again, if let's say the Muwatta that by Ibn Malik, what's his name? Imam Malik, that has. How do you know this is by Imam Malik? You said you're doubting everything. If that's the case, then how do we know anything about anything? If we're going to be playing the hyper skeptic position here, then how do I know what you presented is actually accurate? Because in the Muwatta that I had to pull my computer up. Wait, hold on. He clearly affirms that Aisha is 9 years old.
You don't have to accept what I'm saying.
Wait, hold on. In the Muwatta for Imam Malik, he affirms Aisha is 9 years old.
I don't think, James, you understand my position here. My position here is that I put doubt into it. That's it.
Again, in Imam Malik, the source that you actually appeal to, he affirms in his Muwatta that she's 9 years old. So how's there's doubt anymore?
In other places, he has refuted all the hadiths that say...
It doesn't matter. He might be selecting this hadith to be actually correct because there's other collaborating evidence for it. So if he's saying everything else is trash, but this is correct, how is this supporting your evidence?
Hadith that mentions the age of Aisha that didn't come from Hisham bin Urwa.
So again, the one that you're actually appealing to, Imam Malik, also has it in his Muwatta and saying that Aisha is 9 years old.
Well, I don't know about that. Because
really?
Where he's getting that from? Because
is Imam Malik contradicting himself then?
Maybe.
Or does he have some other source?
Have you seen how many contradictions are in the hadiths and in these?
Okay, so hold on. Is there other source
for the age of Aisha?
Yes.
No, all comes from Hisham.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, go on.
So we have a straight narration by Al-Albani, doesn't chain it back to Hisham. It goes straight to Aisha and says that
on Aisha, because he's saying he's heard it upon his father who heard it from Aisha.
No, it doesn't. And then in Hadith Al-Albani, he doesn't have a chain of narration. He's just saying, An Aisha, she said this. That's it. There's no chain of narration.
Al-Albani heard it from Aisha.
No, it seems like it's recorded straight from, it's just like as if it's mutawatir. That means sometimes there isn't an actual transmission. It just is. It's just like an athar. An athar is just what it is. It's just what happened. So
So this one is a hadith without a narration, yeah, that come from the sky.
No. Wait, hold on. Do you understand what athar and hadith is?
Not really, no.
Okay, so this is why I'm saying, like, you don't know your left from your right. Al-athar, it doesn't need an actual narration chain because it's a just historical record. No, يا غبي. It's غبي انت. وحي al-athar.
I'm taking the piss out of you, by the way. I haven't read.
Yeah, the piss that you're actually an idiot saying that al-athar is wahi. Al-athar isn't wahi.
I mean, listen. Most Sunnis.
Okay, so look.
Listen to this. Sunnis.
I don't need to listen to anything. It's you that ignoring history and saying history doesn't exist. The history is recording that Aisha is 9 years old.
1 second, James, can I have you here with us a minute? James, but it appears James is not with us again.
This guy is a Ya'fur. He doesn't know his own religion, and he just
James, where's James?
He left me in charge.
Left you in charge, yeah? Right. You stay on your own then.
Ma salama.
Hello?
So do you agree with his position that Aisha is
Yeah,
not...
you got macked. You got disrespected and macked, and then you said to him, "You don't know nothing." You got.
So again, do you understand the athar and hadith? What's the difference between those two? If he's saying al-athar is revelation, then he doesn't know anything. Unless you agree with him. Unless you say that history that is recorded by Muslims somehow is a revelation, then you have a bigger issue to deal with. You actually affirming an idiot. Someone that much of an idiot is not to be anywhere like on any intellectual level. And then when I gave him the actual citation where Ibn Malik says that Aisha is 9 years old, he said, "Oh, well, I don't know about that." But you just affirmed that all the hadith on Hisham are invalid. And this particular hadith was during the Kufa. How do we know that? How do we know that Hisham didn't narrate this actual hadith before he moved to the Kufa? Before he lost his mind, supposedly? Because Ibn Malik, Imam Malik is actually saying the Aisha is 9 years old. So he obviously affirms a hadith that was affirmed by everyone else in Islam. Like, you guys cannot compute an actual simple just narrations of events.
What happened, Paul? He left?
Like, he's the most inconsistent person I ever spoken to. And his best responses is like, yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, that's not what it means. I'm putting doubt in this. Well, if we cannot pin it to anything and we cannot come to a conclusion, what's the point of this conversation?
Well, I'm just hoping so far that the people that have come in have noticed that even though a Muslim will see what it says in the Quran, notice that Paul and I are the only two that's consistent with. Again, this is what we are taught by Muslims. Muslims are teaching us. Read the verse. Then see what the tafsir tells you. And find a hadith to try to, support it, because you need 3 legs for this table to stand, at least at a minimum. So you've got the Quran, the hadith, and the tafsir. And then you put Allah on top of that to try to balance him out. Because it doesn't seem as if Allah can balance himself with his 1 foot in hellfire. He needs his Quran. He needs his tafsir, and he needs his hadith. And yet now we've gone through all of these. We even went to the old school, the schools of thought. I've got all of them listed, from all the schools, every single one of them is saying in unison, you can penetrate a child. Every single one of them. None of them is like, nah, man, you got to wait. Let her feet touch the floor when she sits on the table. That should be old enough. You know, when she can wipe her own backside, that should be old enough. No. Instead, these people will tell us that you marry your cousin wife, you take her home and you groom her, and then, you know, you're good to go. This is Islam, guys. All we did so far is just read. And I find, you know, with a simple topic like this, they all will say, no, it doesn't exist. And when you just try to break it down, yeah, but you can beat her, but, you know, it's a different type of beating. You can marry the child, but she should be mature. You can have slaves, but, you know, but don't eat pork. God forbid you eat pork. Don't you dare. You can drink alcohol. Don't eat pork. Sleep with a child. Don't eat pork. You know, you can have a white girlfriend. Don't eat pork. You could have a black girlfriend. Just don't eat pork. You could don't you know, just don't eat pork. Then if you ask them why don't you eat pork? Doesn't God say that he loves all of his creation? That means Allah loves his pig. He must love his pork. I'm telling you, you guys are going to go to your paradise, and you're going to be served pork belly. You're going to be served that with a nice whiskey or wine or something, but you guys doing that on earth anyways. You guys are fake and liars right from day one. Okay,
yesterday I said something.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, yesterday I said something about what Muslims do as a tactic. It's their comfort zone. They find a comfort in muddying up the water. As long as they muddy up the water, that's good. They're good. This is their comfort zone.
And that's where they're most comfortable, like pigs in a sty. You guys are too afraid of what the Quran actually says, so you run from it. That's why I said to the lady that came up, let's try trusting your God for once. No Muslim trusts his Allah. No Muslim trusts his Quran. Every Muslim will run outside of the Quran and outside of Allah to go find the answers. And I'm not saying that you have to be solo scripture, you just have to follow the Quran and that's it. I'm not saying that. But give it a bit of respect, man. You know, say, you know, yeah, it says beat them, but let me tell you how you're supposed to beat them. You know, lead with that. And then say to me, yeah, don't leave a mark. You know, don't do this, don't do that. But yeah, you can beat them. Of course you can marry a child. Yes, you can marry a child according to Islam. Allah says Muhammad, the biggest pervert ever, was given these fantasies and dreams about these children. You know, that's okay. The man was that way inclined. He was a pervert. He thought of kids. Sucked on the tongues of Hassan and Hussein and their willies. He done all this weird stuff, chasing children, dreaming of 2 other little girls as well, saying, oh, if they grow up when I'm still living, I'll marry them. That's a sign of a pervert, someone that's sick, someone that needs to be locked up away from everyone else in society. Guys, I've done a 2.5 hour today, which was more than I thought I would be able to do. So God bless you guys. I think I'll try to save some of the voice for tomorrow and maybe on Sunday again. And slowly I'll get back into it. It was a good day. I'm glad I started this. Thanks to Paul and to Chris that came up and helped me, and DJ give me a chance to cough while these people are talking. But I think I'm gonna just get back in slowly. Keep me in your prayers, guys. I'm not healed yet. I'm not ready. I'm not functioning as I should. For those who know why, and those that don't know, you don't need to know. Just keep me in your prayers. Just keep me in your prayers. All these brothers and sisters as well that are going live and doing these things, keep them in your prayers. Just remember as well, guys, We are not like the Muslim men that if, for example, we have someone going on a live or someone that says something that they shouldn't have said or made a mistake, we don't hold lives to chastise them, to attack them, and to belittle them, and to destroy them. Chachi did a great job yesterday with the information she had. Don't think I've ever spoken to her, may have, can't remember. No, she didn't do a good job. She thought maybe she did. But the Muslim men were relentless in their attack towards her. They were awful. I watched some of the clips were sent to me. And thank you so much, guys, for including me in clips. I do watch them. I've been not really well, so I've been watching a lot of the clips you guys send. And she was destroyed, man. I mean, that girl probably sitting back. And this is what happens, guys, to people like Alicat, to people like Blake, Muslim women that try to defend and try their best to do dawah, and they get absolutely humiliated by the Muslim men. They get absolutely humiliated. All we're saying to you is, we are not that type. I make a mistake, you guys be sure to send me a message and say to you, listen, you quoted this wrong, it should have said that. Because we speak a lot. I mean, 2 hours, you speak, and sometimes you might make a little bit of a mistake. It's okay. Come back to me and show me the scripture. You don't have to make a whole live about how stupid I was or how wrong I was. Take me aside. That's another restriction. Isn't that lovely? It's a perfect time to end. Guys, keep